Hello guys, welcome back to the Financial Insight NISM सर्टिफिकेशन डेरिवेटिव ड्यूटी डेरिवेटिव कोर्स में आपका स्वागत है गाइस। तो आज हम चैप्टर नंबर 10 यानी लास्ट चैप्टर पर आ गए हैं गाइस, सेल्स एंड प्रैक्टिस एंड इन्वेस्टर प्रोटेक्शन सर्विस। इसको पढ़ने के बाद हम लोग को क्या सीखने को मिलेगा जिसमें कि देख सकते हैं। तो इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग क्लाइंट रिस्क प्रोफाइल एंड रिस्क डिस्क्लोजर डॉक्यूमेंट, client identification procedure, due diligence process for customers, document required under KYC process, suspicious transaction reporting, and investor grievance redressal mechanism। तो ये सब बेसिक है जो गाइस जो कि प्रोटेक्शन राइट्स होता है उसके बारे में हम लोग इसमें पढ़ना शुरू करेंगे। अभी तक जो हम लोगों ने पढ़ा है वो या तो रूल है, रेगुलेशन है, या तो हम लोग स्ट्रेटजी है। अब यहाँ पर आपके जो वर्क करते हैं उसको प्रोटेक्ट कैसे किया जाता है उसके बारे में हम लोग पढ़ेंगे। तो शुरुआत करते हैं गाइस। द फाइनेंस सेक्टर हैज एन इम्पोर्टेंट रोल। द फाइनेंस सेक्टर हैज एन इम्पोर्टेंट रोल प्ले इन इकोनॉमी। किसी भी कंट्री, किसी भी घर, किसी भी देश, किसी भी समाज के लिए इकोनॉमिक्स बहुत बड़े मैटर करता है। तो फाइनेंस सेक्टर रोल प्ले करता है। It has the responsibility to ensuring a stable market, supporting real economy. The prime function of a financial institution to provide sustainable financial service, giving good advice and have excellent customer service. Precondition for long-term success of any financial institution. Financial institutions should have customer-oriented approach where the sales of production are customer-led and always accompanied by correspondingly efficient and appropriate advice. It can be summarily stated that customers have the right to get good advice. Employees of financial service firm have the duty to give good advice. A favorable model should be developed in cooperation between company, its employee and intermediary in the finance sector to ensure the best possible framework for increasing customer satisfaction. In the recent past, naive investors have increasingly become target to financial abuse and fraud. The investor should be cautious while investing in any other financial products in the market. Some of the area where investor need to be careful about his investment and discussion below. High risk और फ्री रिस्क इन्वेस्टमेंट। कोई भी इन्वेस्टर होता है हाई रिटर्न और रिस्क फ्री इन्वेस्टमेंट चाहता है, तो उसके बारे में हम लोग देखते हैं क्या क्या है इसमें। इन्वेस्टर शुड बी केयरफुल फॉर ऑफ द अपॉर्चुनिटी दैट प्रॉमिस स्पेकुलेटर प्रॉफिट और गारंटीड रिटर्न। तो गाइस इन्वेस्टर को हमेशा इस तरह के केयरफुल रहना चाहिए जो कि प्रॉमिस करते हैं प्रॉफिट के लिए और गारंटी रिटर्न देने की बात करते हैं। किसी भी कोई भी अगर 10 से 15% या 20% से ज़्यादा जो भी देता है तो उस पर कभी विश्वास न करें, क्योंकि मार्केट हमेशा एक जैसा नहीं चलता। साल का 15 से 20% तक मैक्सिमम आप कर सकते हैं, उससे ज़्यादा जो भी करता है समझिए वो फ्रॉड करता है। The deal sound too good to resist. An individual may claim that unrealistic return can be realized from low-risk investment opportunity, but on hedge to keep mind on investment risk-free. Return are related to risk taken, and hence there cannot be product in the market that gives high return risk-free manner. Investment advisory service. Investment advisory service में क्या है? An investment advisory An investment advisee is an individual firm responsible for making investment on behalf of or providing advice to investors. He has duty to act best interest of the client. However, हालांकि investor also should review their monthly account statement and to conduct annual review for their investment plans with an investment advisor. तो आपको इसमें बताया गया कि मंथली बेसिस, ईयरली बेसिस पर आप अपने अकाउंट स्टेटमेंट को रिव्यू करें ताकि आपको पता चले कि इधर क्या चल रहा है। इन्वेस्टर शुड बी वॉचफुल फॉर एनी abnormal charge in their monthly account statement. Unsuitable investment recommendation. Unsuitable investment recommendation क्या है? An investor should be careful about the suitability of investment products that are being suggested or sold to him with his specific investment objective. Some unscrupulous intermediary may try to sell certain investment products that does not meet the investment objective risk profile of the particular investor. An example of an unsuitable recommendation is a stockbroker advising a senior citizen with low risk tolerance to deal further option of any stock. Investors should be careful to revive and associated risk of each investment recommendation. Turning Turning क्या है guys? Turning refers to which security professionals making unnecessary and excessive trade in customer accounts for the sole purpose of generating commission. Investors should be careful to review their monthly account statement and investigate any abnormal high trade activity. Investor seminars. At some of the investor seminars, advisors may pitch unsuitable product. Investors should avoid making rushed decisions in such situations and should seek objective third-party advice before committing the fund. As sales become an integral part in financial service, proper advice to customer is important. Contact with the customer में क्या है? Sales agent must only make sales call on customer at responsible time, recognizing that what is regarded as reasonable can vary in different locations in the different types of household. Sales agent will any events only call between 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. unless it can customer request. Sales agents should as soon as possible on making contact identify themselves in the company represent their purpose. Sales agents should take account of the customer personal circumstances and as a minimum comply with diversity obligation. Sales agent must end the discussion and leaves the premises immediately at the customer request. Sales agent must voluntarily engage contact with customer who clearly indicate that contact is inconvenient, unwelcome and inappropriate. A contact number must be left with any customer on request. Sales agent must not exploit a person's inexperience, vulnerability, credulity or loyalty. Member must maintain record including the date of contact with the customer to allow subsequent identification of the sales agent involved. This will assist in dealing with any complaint or query. Sales agent must at all times be courteous and professional, shall refrain from making false assumptions, in particular over potential return on their investment, avoid the use of pressure and learning tactics. अब आ जाते हैं guys, understanding risk profile of the client. In the context, investment risk refers to only the chance that person may lose his capital, but more importantly to chance that the investor may not get desired return on the investment vehicle. People invest in various investment products that generally compare fixed income instrument, market-oriented investment. In case of former, with a defined interest rate, there is little risk of not being able to get desired return. Credit or default risk is easy to, but in the case of the latter, an investor has expectation of a certain amount of return and the term risk in this context refers to the probability of investor not getting desired expectation return. A financial advisor should have true undesired understanding of risk. This is a risk return trade-off, that is the greater risk accepted. Greater must be potential return as rewarded for committing one's fund an uncertain outcome. Generally, as the level of risk rise, expected rate return should also rise, vice versa. A risk-averse investor would prefer investments that are more secure and thus would have higher portfolio allocation to debt and fixed income instruments. On the other hand, an investor who is less risk-averse would like to have greater exposure to equity and other risk investments. There is a need to understand risk tolerance for a variety of reasons, some of which are specified below. To achieve a level of financial independence, that allow investors to meet not only their basic needs but also high-level needs for the self-development and self-improvement in their life. Willingness to accept certain smaller certain rather than a large but uncertain profit from their financial decision. The individual evaluation of their self-worth and their level of self-esteem are related to their level of satisfaction with their financial situation. Individuals need to appreciate their personal comfort zone when they trade off what they are willing to accept in terms of possible losses, various versus possible gains. And investor objectives are often poorly developed and unrealistic in the term of investment. It is often difficult for people to describe in their own words their attitude about the risk. There is a good chance that new investors may not understand many of the financial and risk concepts presented by the advisor. It is very difficult for the financial advisor to arrive at an accurate risk profile. Single investment model will fit all life cycle approach does not work. Some of the key parameters on which on risk tolerance can depend are age, personal income, combined family income, number of dependent occupation, marital status, education, existing liability, access to other inheritance source of wealth. Financial advisors need to know about the period for which investor plan to invest. The objective of investor should be made clear to give proper advice and meet his short-term as well as long-term needs. The longer the investment horizon, more risk can be integrated into the financial expectation about the investment. Risk disclosure document क्या है risk disclosure document में हम लोग देखते हैं globally as well as India it will well established on the basis of track record of the performance that equity as a class of asset has outperformed other asset class and delivery superior return over a long period of time. With these statistics available, why wouldn't everyone at all time invest 100% in a stock? The number answer is of course that while the stock have outperformed over the long term, there have been many instances in which stocks have underperformed in the short run and in fact have negative return. It is difficult to exactly predict these periods of underperformance and thus there is more risk on a stock if one has short-term horizon than if one has long investment horizon. The risk disclosure document highlighting the risk involved in trading on the stock exchange and the right obligation of the broker and their client. Brokers are required to make their client understand the risk involved in trading derivatives and get copy of the risk disclosure document signed by the client at the time of client onboarding. The risk and complexity vary among the derivative products. While some derivatives are relatively simple, many others, especially options, their combination can get very complex and require additional safeguards. From investor viewpoint, options are more complex derivatives. Product that product than the further because evaluating their fairness of option premium is difficult. The many risks involved in trading in the equity derivative market includes market risk. This is the risk of the market of stocks price moving in an unfavorable direction and causing a loss of investors. Liquidity risk क्या है? This is the risk arising out of investors' inability to liquidate a loss-making position. For example, trading volume in stock, future and option typically fall as the contract near their expiry date. Client holding position in such contract may be find it difficult to close their option. तो लिक्विडिटी का यही है गाइस लिक्विडिटी अगर कम जाती है तो आपका ना प्रीमियम बढ़ेगा और प्रीमियम डाउन होगा जिसके कारण क्या लॉस बढ़ता जाएगा counterparty risk yeah counterparty this is the risk arising out of the default of the counterparty to the transaction. It is generally not applicable to client trading in exchange their equity derivatives because the settlement of such transaction is guaranteed by the exchange and clearing corporation. The have risk and highlight heightened in the case of equity derivative because the regarded nature of derivatives contract. Client trading in the future contract have to deposit a margin with their broker, but there is only a fraction of entire contract value. Similarly, client trading in option are required to pay option premium, which is again a small amount relatively to size of contract. The small initial capital outlay required for the trading equity derivative can encourage some client to build up large derivatives position, which may be beyond their risk tolerance. Such clients stand to lose their large amount in case market turn unfavorable. Some risks which are specific to client trading in future and option are discussed below. Risk to client trading future contract. Risk to client trading future contract. Future contract में trading करने से क्या क्या risk होते हैं client को? Future contract are marked to market and settle on daily basis. In case of unfavorable market movement, the client will be required to deposit amount notional loss resulting from unfavorable movement. If this amount is not deposited within the suitable stipulated time, the broker may liquidate the client position. Wholly or in part, the client will be liable to pay up the resulting loss. Further, trader face risk of sudden increase the margin rate during the periods of volatility. Yet another risk is the inability to execute trade or close out position during the volatile period when the liquidity dry up. मतलब लिक्विडिटी कम जाए तो आप उसे क्लोजिंग कर दो तो अच्छा है। रिस्क टू ओपन बाई ऑप्शन बाई के लिए क्या क्या रिस्क है? ऑप्शन आर द वेस्टिंग एसेट। Option buyer must pay premium when they buy an option. If the price of the underlying stocks index does not change in the anticipated direction before the expiry date, the option will become worthless on expiry date. In such case, if the option buyer does not close out his option position prior to expiry date, he exposes the risk of losing entire or a large part of the option premium within a short span of time. तो उसमें बोला गया अगर एंटीसिपेटेड डायरेक्शन एक्सपायरी डेट के पहले नहीं हो पाता हो जाता तो आप उससे पहले क्लोज कर दें ताकि आपको कुछ लॉस से बचा जा सके। रिस्क ऑफ ऑप्शन सेलर में रिस्क क्या है? ऑप्शन सेलर और राइटर फेस रिस्क ऑफ लूजिंग सब्सटेंशियल अमाउंट इन केस ऑफ प्राइस of the underlying stock index move in unfavorable direction. Unlike the option buyer whose losses are limited to the amount of premium they have already paid, option seller risk is unlimited. Option seller का risk unlimited होता है। The option seller can lose many times the amount of premium he has collected selling the option. All client trading in derivatives are exposed to risk of higher volatility which can cause large swing in the price derivatives contract. Such price swings are more common in the thinly traded derivative contract. As a result, high volatility and clients' order may not get executed or may be only partially executed, thus causing large losses. Clients should also be cautioned against the possibility of their order not getting executed on the time, getting only partially executed because of the system glitch or communication failure. Slow or delay response from the system. Any such delayed response or non-execution of the order may result in substantial loss on the client open position. It is essential that broker-client relationship and sales practice for derivatives needs regulatory focus. The potential risk involved in trading as opposed to hedging with the derivative is not understood widely. In the case of pricing complex derivatives contract, there is a real danger of unethical sales practice. Client may be fleeced or induced to buy unsuitable derivative contract at unfair price and without properly underlying the risk involving. That is why It has become a standard practice for broker-dealer to issue risk disclosure documents to every client while opening their account for various exchange trade derivative settlements. Also, derivative broker-dealers are expected to know their client and exercise care to ensure that the derivative product being sold by them to particular client is suitable to his understanding and financial capability. Derivative brokers dealers should avoid recommending future and option to client unless they have responsible basis for believing that a customer has such knowledge and financial experience that he or she is capable evaluating and financially able to bear risk on the transaction. The broker-dealer must seek to obtain various specific categories of information about its customer including but not limited to their net worth, annual income, investment experience and knowledge. Broker must ensure that investors are given a detailed explanation of a special character and risk applicable to trading of derivative products. The disclosure document about a derivative product contains information describing the mechanics and risk derivative trading, transaction cost, margin requirement, and tax consequence of margin trading. In view the increasing participation of retailer or individual investor in equity future and option segment, there is a need to ensure informed decision making by such investor after due consideration of risk involved in the trading of equity derivative. Hence, in addition to usual practice of issuing risk disclosure document while opening a new client account, brokers are now required to display certain risk disclosure facts on their website. These facts should pop up on the screen whenever client log into their trading account with the broker. The client should be allowed to proceed only after acknowledging these facts. These risk disclosure facts are an outcome of a study published by SEBI in January 2023, based on annual profit/loss incurred by an individual trader in equity future option during the financial year 21 to 22 and are listed below. 9 out of 10 individual traders in equity future option segment incurred net loss. On an average, loss maker registered net trading loss 50,000. Over and above the net trading loss, incurred loss may expanded, and additionally 80% of net trading loss as a transaction cost. Those making net trading profit incur between 15 to 50% such profit as a transaction cost. Broker must now maintain the profit loss data on their individual client including HUF and NRI, but excluding the proprietary trader institutional partnership firm. On consensus basis, prescribed format and retain such data for at least 5 years. Stocks exchange and depository must display the risk disclosure fact on their website along with the link to the study conducted by the SEBI. Written anti-money laundering procedure. एंटी-मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग प्रोसीजर क्या है गाइस? तो देखते हैं. The term money laundering offense defined as whoever acquire, avance, possess or transfer any proceed of crime or knowingly enter into a transaction which is related to proceed the crime either directly or indirectly, console or aids in the concealment of the proceed or gaining crime with India outside India. The Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002 (PML). The Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002 is an act to prevent money laundering and provide for the construction property derivative from involved money laundering and correlated matter. Each registered intermediary should adopt written procedure to implement an anti-money laundering provision as envisaged under the Anti-Money Laundering Act 2022. Such procedures should include inter alia the following specific parameters which are related to the overall client due diligence process: policy for acceptance of the clients, procedure for identify the clients, transaction monitoring and reporting, especially suspicious transaction reporting, Customer due diligence क्या है? Customer due diligence. The customer due diligence measure comprise the following: obtaining sufficient information in order to identify a person who beneficiary on or control security account. Whenever it is apparent that a security acquired or maintained through an account are beneficially owned by party or other than the client, that party should be identified using client identification and verification procedure. The beneficial owner is the natural person or person who ultimately own, control, influence a client or person who behalf a transaction is being conducted. It also incorporates those persons who exercise ultimate effective control over a legal person or arrangement. Verify the customer identify using reliable independent source document data or information. Identify beneficial ownership and control. Determine which individuals ultimately owns, control customers and the person who on whose behalf a transaction is being conducted. Verify the identity of the beneficial owner of the customer and person on whose behalf a transaction is being conducted. Corroborating the information provided is related to person and conduct ongoing due diligence scrutiny. Performance ongoing scrutiny of the transaction account throughout the course of business relationship to ensure that the transactions being conducted are consistent with the registered intermediary knowledge of the customer. It is business and risk profile, taking into the account where the necessary the customer source of the fund. Policy for acceptance of the clients. तो क्लाइंट के पीछे पॉलिसी एक्सेप्टेंस होना चाहिए ही. इसमें all registered intermediaries should develop customer acceptance policy and procedure that aim to identify types of customers that are likely to pose a higher than the average risk money laundering or terrorist financing. By establishing such policy and procedure, they will be in a better position to apply customer due diligence on a risk-sensitive basis depending on the type of customer business relationship or transaction. In a nutshell, the following safeguards are to be followed while accepting client. No account is opened in fictitious benami name or an anonymous basis. Factors of risk perception in the term of monitoring suspicious transactions of the client are clearly defined, having regard to client location, registered office address, correspondence address, and other addresses applicable. Nature of business activity, trading turnover, and the manner of making payment for transaction undertaken. The parameters should enable classify a client into low, medium, high risk. Client of the special category may, if the necessary, be classified even higher. Such clients require higher degree of due diligence and regulate update KYC profile. Documentation requirement and other information to be collected in respect of different classes client depending on the perceived risk on heavy regarded to the requirement of Prevention Money Laundering Act 2022. Guidelines issued by the RBI and SEBI from the time to time. Ensure that account is not opened where the intermediary is unable to apply appropriate client due diligence measure KYC policy. This may be applicable in cases where it is not possible to ascertain the identity of the client information provided to the intermediary suspected to be non-genuine, perceived non-cooperation of the client providing full and completely information. The market intermediary should not continue to do business with such person and file a suspicious activity report. It should also evaluate whether there is suspicious trading in determining whether to freeze or close the account. The market intermediary should be cautious to ensure that it does not return security of money that may be from suspicious trade. However, the market intermediary should consult the relevant authority in determining action is should be taken with suspected suspicious steering. The circumstances under which the client is permitted to act on behalf of another person entity should be clearly laid down. It should be specified in what manner the account should be operated, transaction limit for the operation, additional authority required for transaction exceeding a specific quantity, value and other appropriate details. Further, the right and responsibility of both persons, the agent client registered with the intermediary as well as the person on whose behalf of the agent is acting should be clearly laid down. Adequate verification of the person authority to act behalf customers should also be carried out. Necessary check the balance we put into place before opening an account so as to ensure that the identity of the client does not match with any person having no criminal background or not banned in any other manner, whether in terms of criminal or civil proceeding by an enforcement agency worldwide. तो गाइस अब हम रिस्क बेस्ड अप्रोच देखते हैं रिस्क बेस्ड में अप्रोच में क्या है इसको थोड़ा सा कलर चेंज कर लेते हैं गाइस It is generally recognized that customers may be higher or lower risk category depending on circumstances such as the customer background, types of business, relationship transaction, etc. As such, a registered intermediary should apply each of the customer due diligence measure on risk sensitive basis. The basic principle inherent in this approach is that a registered intermediary should adopt an enhanced customer due diligence process of the higher risk category of the customers. Conversely, a simplified customer due diligence process may be adopted for low risk category of the customer in line with the risk-based approach. The types and amount of identification information and documents that registered intermediaries should obtain necessarily depend on risk category of a particular customer. Client of a special category. Client of a special category in that such client including following non-resident client, high net worth client, trust, charity, NGO organization receiving donation, company having close family shareholding and beneficial ownership, political exposed person for foreign origin, current former head of a state, current former senior high profile politician, and connected person immediately family, close advisory and company in which such individuals have interest significant influence. Company offering foreign exchange offering. Client in high-risk country where the existence effectiveness of money laundering control is suspected, where there is a unusual banking secrecy, country activity in narcotic production, country where the corruption, hyper transparency, international corruption perception index is highly prevalent, country against which government sanctions are applied, country reputed to be any of the following tax haven: sponsor of international terrorism, offshore financial centers, countries where the fraud is highly prevalent. No face-to-face client. Client with the obvious reputation as per the public information available. The above list is only illustrated and intermediaries should exercise independent judgment to ascertain whether new clients should be classified as CSC or not. Client identification procedure. Client identification procedure क्या है? The know your client policy should clear spell out the client identification procedure to be carried out at different stages while establishing the intermediary client relationship while carrying out transaction for the client when the intermediary has doubt regarding the veracity of or adequacy of the previously obtained client information data. The client should be identified intermediary by using reliable source including document information. Intermediaries should obtain adequate information of satisfactory established identity of each new client and the purpose of the intended nature of relationship. The information should be adequate to safety component authority regulatory enforcement authority in future that due diligence was observed by the intermediary in compliance with the guideline. Each original document should be seen prior acceptance of a copy. Failure by the prospective client to provide satisfactory evidence of identity should be noted and reported to higher authority within the intermediary. CABI prescribed a minimum requirement relating KYC for certain class of the registered intermediary from time to time, taking into account the basic principle inherent in the KYC norms, which have already been prescribed or which are prescribed by the SEBI from time to time. All registered intermediaries should frame their own internal guideline based on their experience in dealing with their client and legal requirements as per established practice. Further, the intermediaries should also maintain continued familiarity and follow-up where it noticed inconsistency in the information provided. The underlying principle should be followed. Principle inherent in PML Act 2002 as well as SEBI Act 1992. SEBI Act I 1992 में आया था PML 2002 so the intermediary is aware client on whose behalf it's dealing. Document to be obtained customer identification procedure under KYC. KYC means accounts of individual, legal name, any other names used supposed by document given below. PAN card mandatory, passport, voter identity, driver license, Aadhaar card, job card issued by the NREGA, signed by the officer of a state government, the letter issued by the Unique Identification Authority of India, containing details of name, address, Aadhaar number, letter from recognized public authority or public servant verify identity and residence of the customer. Correct permanent address supported by any following document: Aadhaar card, passport, driving license, voter ID card, bank account statement, ration card, telephone bill, electricity bill, gas bill, and letter from the recognized public authority. Account company क्या है? Name of company, principal, place, business, mailing address of the company, telephone, fax number. Document का certificate of incorporate and memorandum article association, resolution of board director to open account and identification of those who have authority to operate account, power of attorney general granted to manager, officer or employee transaction business on his behalf, copy of a PAN allotment letter, copy of the telephone bill. Accounts of partnership firm क्या है? Legal name, address, name of all partners and their address, telephone number of their firm and partners. डॉक्यूमेंट रिक्वायरमेंट में क्या जरूरत होता है अकाउंट ऑफ पार्टनरशिप में गाइस? इसमें आपको रजिस्ट्रेशन सर्टिफिकेट, इफ रजिस्टर्ड, पार्टनरशिप डीड, power of attorney granted to a partner or an employee of the firm to have transaction business on its behalf, any official valid document identifying the party, partners, and person holding the power of attorney and their address, telephone bill, the name of firm pattern. In person verification में क्या क्या होगा? It is compulsory for opening a trading demat account with a broker. It can be through physical verification, broker KYC staff visit, customer address stands. In KYC form verification can also be online using webcam, broker office, video in-person verification available for individual doing eKYC. In-person verification is not required when KYC of the investor is completed using the Aadhaar authentication verification UID. KYC form has been submitted online. Documents have been provided through a DigiLocker or any other source which can be verified online. E-KYC process क्या है guys? The entire KYC process can be either completed offline, face-to-face, or online. SEBI has issued detailed guidelines for eKYC process. According to the eKYC process, an investor fills the account opening from an online broker website, digital platform, or app, submit scan proof, photo identity and proof of address, complete in-person verification on video call and digitally signed document. Unique client code क्या है? After the completion of KYC process, brokers allows a unique client code to client who is being on board. The UCC is linked to PAN card client to serve and exclusive identification of the client. UCC is required by introduced in the order to facilitate maintaining database client and strengthen the KYC now. The broker is required to upload CC details to a stock exchange clearing corporation. The client trading account is activated only after the UCC generated mapping of the UCC with the client name, address and other details in KYC forms is completed. In the past, there have been many instances of broker diverting, misappropriating a client's security as one of the major detached division security SEBI has asked a stock exchange and depository to match client UCC with their demat account. This simplified the recoverability of any mismatch between security pay-in and payout generated by the clearing of corporation and accurate transfer of security by the depository. Suspicious transaction reporting. Suspicious transaction reporting में क्या है? Under anti-money laundering, combined combating financial terrorism regulations, certain transactions are required to be reported to Financial Intelligence Unit India (FIU-IND) set by the government to detect possible attempt at money laundering for decades, deciding whether a transaction suspicious of broker must be guided by the definition of suspicious transaction and the PML rule. Some examples of suspicious transactions are followed. Client who identity verification seem difficulty or client that appear not to be corporate asset management service for the client where the source of the fund is not clear or not keeping with client apparent understanding of business activity. Substantial increase in business without apparent case. Client transferring large sum of money to or from overseas location with instruction for payment in cash. Attempted transfer of investment proceeds to apparently unrelated third party. According to the STR regulation, any suspicious transaction must be immediately noticed to a money laundering control officer or other design office within the intermediary. However, it must be ensured that the dealing with the client is continuing as normal unit told otherwise the client must not be told of the reporting suspicious. Operation of the client account may be discontinued, transaction may be suspended or other action taken only expectational circumstances. The principal officer, money laundering control officer, other compliance, risk management and related staff commission must have timely access to client identification data and customer due diligence information, transaction records and other relevant information. अब आ जाते हैं इन्वेस्टर ग्रीवियंस redressal mechanism. Investor grievance redressal mechanism. Investor service department is very important department is considered as key regulatory function of the SEBI in terms of monitoring exchange under SEC regulation 2012. Further, having the proper mechanism of the investor grievance redress is a must and ongoing continued eligibility of the membership of the exchange under broker regulation 1992. Investor can approach the investor grievance division of the exchange for redressal for the grievance. The exchange has mechanism of the resolving dispute by the coordinating with member and complaint exchange. Generally, certain complaint against the trading member is expected of the following: non-receipt of the documents such as member-client agreement, contract note, settlement of the account, order, trade log, non-refund of margin money, trade executed without adequate margin, delay or non-receipt of fund, expiring a position without the consent or not expiring a position due to settlement at unfavorable FSP, unauthorized transaction in account, trade does not as per rights limited directed over whom trading either in related to timing order entry, finishing unfavorable price, either in trades service issue which may be related to online transaction, offline transaction, confirmation of trade account, calculation, realized, unrealized, gain in summary statement, guideline for the filling complaint. Client should first raise complaint against the concerned member breaching, with whom respective member registered then say. Complaint can be written in English or Hindi or any regional language, shall be duly signed by the client. No fee chargeable on the complaint. Previously execution complaint which are vegas, anonymous and pseudonymous or trivial in nature are not entertained. The investor should first appropriate the concerned exchange intermediary against whom there is a complaint. If the response received is not satisfactory, then the investor can approach SEBI through a scope. SEBI complaint redressal system is a web-based centralized grievance redress system. SEBI complaint can be made online or acknowledgement generated instantaneously acknowledging the receipt of complaint and allotting the new complaint registration number to complaint of the future reference tracking the complaint is forwarded online to entire concern for its redressal and entire concern should upload action taken report on the complaint. The entity must resolve complaint within 21 days after receiving intimation from SEBI under the scope. Online dispute resolution, Indian security market leveraging and digital transformation. क्या आएगा इसमें देखते हैं. The online dispute resolution portal represented transformative steps in resolving dispute within the Indian security market. Initiated by the Security Exchange Board of India, this innovation platform is designed to effectively, efficiently address and resolve conflict between investor and market participants using modern digital solutions. This guided provided in-depth exploration of how ODR platform operate, guides clients through the lodging and resolving grievances. The purpose and overview of ODR portal. ODR portal का purpose क्या है? The Smart Order portal has been established by the Market Infrastructure Institution (MII) to provide centralized, accessible, and efficient means for resolving disputes related to the activity of listed companies, stockbrokers, depository participants, and other entities regulated by the SEBI. By leveraging online conciliation, and arbitration methods, this portal aims to enhance transparency and speed of dispute resolution process, which were previously more fragmented and also due to physical and procedural constraints. The ODR platform is the go-to solution for various grievances investors might encounter, whether it's service-related complaint, trade discrepancy, any issue related non-compliance with the regulatory framework by the market participants. This platform has got all such grievances of this investor covered to be resolved. This solution process is comprehensive, starting from the initial grievances filing and potentially leading to arbitration if the financial conciliation effort fails. Here is the details look at the types of grievances that ODR platform addresses. Service-related complaint. This complaints encompasses a variety of issues that client might encounter with the service provided by a market participant. Example included. तो देख सकते हैं. The receipt of delay account statement, where the client do not receive their account statement or receive them later than expected. Problem with the execution of transaction. Issues such as delay in the execution of transaction or transaction not be executed as per the client instruction. Issue with account management, such an unauthorized account closure, problem with the account update, incorrect account maintenance. Technological issue, client grievances arising from problems associated with the trading platform use, including software glitch, system downtime, and connectivity issue. Poor customer service. Inadequate service from the brokerage staff, including the not responding to query promptly satisfactory. Trade dispute क्या है? Dispute related to actual trading activity, including discrepancy in order execution. Trade are not executed according to the client instruction or incorrect prices. Allegedly wrongful trade, unauthorized trader made on the behalf of the client without their consent, incorrect recording trade details, settlement issue delay or error in the settlement of the completely trade, dispute related to a fee, incorrect charging of fee, this including overcharging, incorrect calculating of the fee, or changing fee that were not agreed upon, dispute over penalty, penalty misapplied, disagreed with the terms of service, प्रोडक्शन मिसरिप्रेजेंटेशन क्या है? प्रोडक्शन मिसरिप्रेजेंटेशन है गाइस misleading information about the investment product, including provided incorrect, misleading information regarding investment products, risk, benefit, or feature. Failure to adhere to agreed term, not providing service or return promise at the time of investment. Issue with the depository participation register. Transfer error. Error made during the transfer of security between account. Registration issue. Problem related to security registration in the holder name. देख सकते हैं compliance violation क्या है? Compliance violation, non-compliance with the regulatory standard include failure to adhere to SEBI regulation of both legal requirement, breach of contract, violation of the contractual agreement between the investor and market participant. Ethical violation क्या है? Insider trading allegation, complaints regarding the misuse of undisclosed material information for the trading, market manipulation action. A market participant take a deceive or mislead other investor by manipulating pricing and availability of security. Process of addressing grievances क्या है? Filing the complaint. Investor initiate the process by filing complaint through ODR portal detailing the nature of their grievances against the market participant. Conciliation क्या है? An attempt to make resolve dispute through the conciliation is a less formal method which were a conciliator to help party reach mutual agreement. Arbitration क्या? Arbitration if conciliation failed or demand inappropriate, the matter may be escalated to arbitration, where the arbitrator or panel arbitrator review the evidence and issue binding decision. This structured approach ensures that all parties clearly understand the process and can prepare adequately for each step, ultimately leading to the effective resolution of dispute. Key feature and improvement over previous system. Centralized dispute handling. Unlike dispute system previously in the place, ODR portal provided an unified approach to handle all security market dispute. Digital first approach. On it lie online tools and technology facilitate quicker resolution, reduce the need for physical documentation, and allow participants to engage from remote location. A structured resolution phase. Clearly defined stage of dispute resolution ensures that the both parties know the process can prepare accordingly, enhanced accessibility and user-friendly handless. The portal is designed to be accessible for all users irrespective their tech savvy. How the ODR portal works step by step guided. An investor client shall first take up grievance with the market participants by the lodging complaint directly with the concerned market participant. आ जाते हैं guys. If the grievance is not satisfactory, the investor client may escalate the grievance through the score portal according to the laid out therein. The online dispute resolution portal has connectivity with the SEBI score portal, SEBI intermediary portal. If the investor client is still not satisfied with the outcome, grievance can be taken up through the order portal by initiating dispute resolution. A complaint dispute initiated through the ODR portal will refer to ODR institution emphasized implanted by the MMI reference to ODR institution shall made after the review such complaint dispute by the relevant MMI with the aim to amicable resolution and when the review shall be concluded within 21 calendar days. The ODI institution that receive reference the complaint dispute shall appoint a sole independent and neutral conciliator from the panel of conciliator to reach amicable and consequence resolution within 21 calendar days. If the process of conciliation successful, the same shall be concluded by a duly executed settlement agreement between disputing parties in case matter is not resolved through conciliation process within 21 calendar days. Investor client may pursue online arbitration. Upon the conclusion arbitration proceeding and issuance of arbiter award, payment shall be made by market participant within 15 days calendar day from the date of arbitral award unless such award requires payment sooner and performance within such period specified by the arbitral award. Upon issue for government of the arbitral award, a party against whom order has been passed will be required to submit intention to challenge award under Section 34 arbitration within 7 calendar days. Further, in course of such challenge, if say not granted within 3 from the date to receipt of award, compliance adherence to the term of arbitral award must be done. The MMI has also monitored the due compliance market participants with the term of arbitral award judgment and appellated forum. Generally, do or do not investor. Investor must follow some do and do not while transaction security market given below some general do or do not for the investor. Do क्या क्या कर सकते हैं क्या क्या ना करें. Investor must always deal with market intermediary registered with SEBI stock exchange. Carry out due diligence before registering client with any intermediary. Careful read and understand content stated the risk disclosure document with from part investor registration requirement for dealing through a broker. Correct photocopy all document executed for registration as a client immediately on execution. Ensure that documents of original registration client are fully filled in given clearly and ambiguous instruction to their broker agent depository participants. Always insist on contact note from their broker in case doubt in respect of the transaction. Verify genuinely. Same from exchange. Always settle due through the normal banking channel with the market intermediary. Adopt trading investment strategy commensurate with the risk bearing capacity as an investor carrying some risk degree of vary according to the investment strategy adopted by QCS about the security which show a sudden spurt in price of the trading activity, especially low price stocks. Remember that there are no guarantee return in investment in the stock market. Read the term condition, understand risk factors associated with the commodity market investment. Always keep copy all investment document, application form, acknowledgement slip, and contact note. Send important document by the reliable mode, preferably through the registered post to ensure delivery. Ensure that they have money and will able to pay before initiating the purchases. Ensure that they hold security, will be able to deliver before they sell. Follow up diligently and promptly. If the required documentation is not received within the reasonable time, investor must contact concerned person at the trading member immediately. Don't scare नहीं करना चाहिए. Investor must don't deal with unregistered broker, other unregistered intermediary. Execute any document with any intermediary without fully understanding its terms and conditions. Leave the custody of their demat transaction slipbook in the hands of any intermediary. Make any payment in cash, accept unsigned duplicate incomplete contact note. Deal based on rumors or tips. Get swapped by the promise high return. Fairly pray to promise guarantee return. Get misled by the guarantee of repayment for their investment through the post-dated check. get carried away by luring advertisement of any nature in print and electronic media, blindly follow media report on corporate development as some this could be misleading, blindly imitate investment decision of others who may profited from their investment decision, forego obtaining all documents of transaction in good faith even the people whom they know, delay of approaching concerned authority, case of dispute within written complaint must be filed with the exchange as soon as possible. तो गाइस लेक्चर समाप्त होता है। अब इसमें कुछ क्वेश्चन है तो देखते हैं। सिंपल क्वेश्चन क्या है? When establishing relationship with a new client, trading member take responsible step to access background, genuineness, beneficial identity, financial sounded of such person, his investment, trading objective. 2. In KYC process, politically exposed person are termed as client of a special category, client of a special category. He allowed to client onboarding serves an exclusive identification of client's unique identity UCC code under anti-money laundering (AML) and combating financial terrorism regulations. Suspicious transactions must be reported to Security Exchange Board, Central Vigilance, Reserve Bank of India, Financial Intelligence Unit of India. SCORE is a exchange margin reporting system, collateral reporting system, clearing corporation, SEBI-based complaint redressal system. तो गाइस चैप्टर समाप्त होता है और इक्विटी डेरिवेटिव सर्टिफिकेशन का पूरा सिलेबस कंप्लीट हो गया है। तो आप इसे पढ़ें और एग्ज़ाम देना चाहते हैं तो दें। बाकी आपको इसे पढ़ने के बाद बहुत सारा इन्फॉर्मेशन मिला होगा। तो थैंक यू गाइस।